I just found the ultimate AI generation tool. It's called Flora and it allows you to work on your entire project under one UI. This includes different LLM providers, different image generation models, and many of the greatest video gen AI models out there. But most people will never spend the time to sit down and learn how to actually use this tool to its full potential, which is why I suggest you watch this video till the end, because there is a lot of hidden features that this tool has to offer, which I'll show you throughout the entire video. But before I jump in and create something myself, I want to show you these 3 templates that I found that really showcase what this tool is capable of. So let's start with the most boring one, which is still insane. To explain a little bit what's going on, basically when you right click and create new block, you can see here there's text, image and video blocks. So for example, if we create an image block and then say a snake, up here we can choose which image generation model we want to use, and that will generate an image of a snake with that image gen model. Now that's not revolutionary, but what is revolutionary with this tool is actually connecting and organizing all of your images, all of your assets, all of your prompts under this one UI. Meaning, if you generate this kind of image of a cyborg ninja, you can then create a new block with a prompt of a different camera angle, which will use the context of this image to create your next image. Then as you can see, you can also create 2 images, combine them and make videos out of them. But this is all really basic and just the very start. When we actually get to building, you'll see why I'm excited about this tool. Another example is this car project, where this guy basically finds screenshots of cars, creates an image description, and then creates a bunch of examples in that same style, but with different cars that he can then transform into videos or change the styles, right? But you might be wondering, look, this has already been a thing. This isn't new. Generating images, changing the details, none of this is new, right? And you're completely right. Up to this point, I didn't show you anything cool. So now let's actually get into building with this tool from scratch. And let me show you what it's all about. So for starters, you're going to want to go to florafauna.ai and create an account. So simply click on go to app. It should prompt you to sign in. So then you can click on new project and then you'll be greeted with this screen. And so for now, don't even worry about any of the buttons on the sides. Let's just focus on the mouse. What can you do with it? Well, if you right click and hold, you can kind of drag yourself around the canvas. And if you right click once, you'll be able to create a new block. So let's create one. And it's very simple. We have 3 different blocks to choose from: text, image, or video. Let's start with text. This is a basic LLM, right? This is like ChatGPT. However, you can choose from different models up here. You can see 4o Mini, Gemini 2.0 Flash, or Claude 3 Sonnet. So here you can use this as a normal LLM, but I prefer to use these text blocks with context of an image or video. So I'm going to delete this and I'm actually going to start with an image block. And I prepared a quick prompt for this image, which is pretty much a video editor editing on the setup. So now in this image block, you'll see up here we have different settings now. We can choose the style, we can choose the aspect ratio, and the image model. Up here we can also enhance the prompt if you like, but let's focus on the model for now. So I'm going to choose Stable Diffusion. I'm going to make it 16 by 9 and I'm going to send it off. Now while this is generating, let me tell you about the new module that just dropped in Layman Bootcamp. If you want to actually make money with these skills, you need to land clients. And as someone who has over 500 million views on YouTube with over 17 verified clients, including the likes of vidIQ, AlphaGo, and many, many more, I dropped all the sauce I know about landing these 1% clients because clearly I know how to do it. However, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this course active for because it's literally all of my secrets. So if you want to get to it before I take it down, I suggest you join today. You can find the link somewhere below the video. But anyway, our image is now generated and this is what we got. It looks pretty nice, but take a look at this. I generated 3 completely different styles of that image right next to each other as well. How do I do this? It's simple. Hover over the image, click on this plus to the right, click and hold up here, let go, and then you'll be prompted with another box. So this time I can click on image, and as you can see, it has the little icon of the previous image on the bottom left, meaning it's taking that image into context. And here you can input more text. So we can say canvas painting style and send that off. And this is just going to change the image style. So as you can see, our image now generated. Now I'll show you a really sick use case for this in just a second. But going back to this, if you want to then change this into a video, it's again as simple as clicking on the right plus, dragging and holding, letting go, and clicking on video. And here we don't even need to prompt it because it has the context of the image and knows that we want to create a video. So all we got to do is choose our video gen model, which as you can see, there's a lot. If you're curious, where's Veo3? Well, Veo3 isn't an image to gen model, but if you right click new block and video, up here you can actually select Veo3. However, all you need to do is just give it a prompt and then you can create Veo3 videos inside of here as well. But look at these examples. This is just using these other models. So this is nothing revolutionary again, but the revolutionary aspect of this is just the organization and the ability to kind of go back on your work without having to go back to like different websites like Midjourney, then go back to Runway, then go back to ChatGPT to find a prompt. It's all under one UI. This tool is honestly amazing. If you're a video editor, you have to use this tool, man. So look, let me show you another cool example. Over here, I took a screenshot of Iman Ghazi's video, and then from this screenshot, I generated a bunch of different images from different angles, like zoom ins, side angle, bird's eye view, everything, right? So normally something like this to actually create in After Effects will take quite a while, right? But if you just generate this one image, you can generate different angles of this image and then turn this image into a video, which is super easy because all you gotta do is click plus, let go, video, and then send that off. And while these videos are generating, one more thing that I've done is I created a text field over here and I dragged all of these different images into this text field. So as you can see, we have 5 different images inputted into this text field. And then I said, generate a color palette of these images. This is just a good way to showcase the use case of using these text models as well. So what you can then do is import this color palette onto your next image and use the same colors that you had previously. Now, just before I show you the results we got and before I show you this insane video that we created and how to do it, I just want to ask you to subscribe because 93% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. It helps out the channel a lot and it only takes 2 seconds. So if you want to see more content like this, drop a sub. Going back to the video, let's see what we have over here. So okay, we have one nice video of this kind of like back right angle. We have another realistic looking video. Keep in mind, this is a pretty cheap model I used, by the way. It's nearly 4 times cheaper than using VO2 and it's still an insane model. We have another one over here. This is also pretty sick. We have this top down view. We have the side view. We have all these different views that we can use. But look, let me go back to the original project I showed you at the start to show you some cool hidden features of what you can actually do with this, right? If you hover over any image, up here you have quick edit. When you click on that, first of all, you can upscale the image if you want, 2, 3, or 4x, but you can also remove the background. So let's click on that. This just saves you the time from, going into Runway or Photoshop to remove the background. However, you can also have different variations. So as you've seen there, all I've done here is I clicked and hovered over variations and I pressed this button and now we have 4 other variations of this image with that prompt used. And as you can see up here, we have an image without the background. All of this done on one UI. So now if you want to click over here, download it, we can download it as a PNG, JPEG, GIF, or SVG so that we can import it into a video project. And here we have different variations. I think you get the point. But you might be wondering, look, there's no Midjourney V7. I want to create an image with Midjourney and it's not here. Okay, if you really want to use Midjourney, you could just download the Midjourney image, then create a new image block and simply hover above this and upload your image. And now as you can see, we have the Midjourney V7 image that we downloaded in Flora.ai. So if you ever do want to use images from other external tools that aren't available inside here, you can also do that. But now let me show you the coolest project that I've been waiting this whole time to show you. So first of all, let me show you the image that I managed to generate with Flora, right? All of this was done and a bit of Premiere Pro, but you can see how fluid it is from one scene to the next. But it's so important you learn these tools now because now people are pretty bad at these tools since they are a little bit hard. So look, let me show you how this is actually done. Over here, I just inputted this prompt, which generated me an image of this avatar, right? And if you're wondering like, this is such a complicated prompt, I can't do this. It's very simple, guys. Just open up ChatGPT and say, I want to create a blue avatar that looks like an alien holding up a phone. Create a very detailed prompt for this. ChatGPT will create a very detailed prompt of what you actually want. It's super easy, guys. Just use other AI tools to help you with your other AI tools. So that's basically what I've done with every single prompt that you're seeing here. So don't think I just came up with this on the spot. But anyway, the next prompt, I wanted him to hold a phone. So once I had the one of him holding the phone to his head and then the one of him holding a phone in front of his face with the text legends never die, I simply made a new video block up here like so, and then I used both these images like this as the reference with no prompt, and that automatically generated me the first image. But you might be wondering, how did I continue this then? Because afterwards he kind of goes down on his knees and then he continues, right? Well, it's very simple. I basically opened up Premiere Pro, downloaded the GIF, went to the very last frame and took a screenshot of the last frame. You can call that first scene and save it. That's how I got this screenshot, right? So then with this screenshot, what I done is I gave it a prompt for him to be in this crouching pose and I used the previous image as a style reference. So obviously if you have both of these images, it's the same thing we done with both of these. You simply connect them both to a video block. And this time I also gave it a prompt for some help. So then again, we basically continued to iterate on these prompts, add some touches, little stuff, create a video from them, take a screenshot of the last frame, import it, and continue till we had the entire project ready. But it's super important you take that last frame as a screenshot so that the transition from one of these videos to the next video is super fluid and super smooth. This is how you can create like a cool storyline with these image gen models and these different video models without having to change the camera angle and without having to change the scene, but rather to actually create transitions from one scene to the next scene very, very smoothly. But there's a big problem with this tool. I actually ran into so many issues whenever I was trying to include swords or gore or anything that almost triggered the safety system, right? And obviously I'm not a fan of these censored models, which is why I created an entire video on how to create uncensored AI images and videos of anything you want. So I suggest you check that video out next if you want to see more. But with that being said, if you are interested to join the AM Bootcamp to learn how to land clients and how to use AI as a video editor, just scroll into the description. You can see the link right here. It'll bring you to the landing page where you can find out more information about what it is I offer. I hope to see you inside, but if not, all I ask is you subscribe if you enjoyed and leave a comment with any feedback you have. Take care.